Hi, it's Steph, and I've had some time to go through my seeds and decide what I want to grow this year. So today I'm going to share with you my 2024 seed order as well as which websites I like to use to order seeds from. Once the holidays pass and we're into the new year, I start thinking about my plans for the garden for that year. And in the past, I've gotten really excited about what I want to grow, and it usually leads me to ordering way too many seeds. And the reason that becomes problematic is that once I start all of these seeds and I have all of these seedlings come spring, I then start getting overwhelmed with not knowing what to do with all of them. I usually have space for a handful of them, but then I end up with all of these extra seedlings that I feel bad that I grew, so then I start giving them away and so forth. And so this year I decided to take a different approach and to really hone in on what it is that I really want to grow, what I have the time and energy for, and to also take good inventory of what I already have on hand so that I don't overbuy seeds. So I have this storage system here for my seeds, which many people use. It is a photo case, a photo organizer. And I have all of my seeds categorized. And some people categorize these different ways. They'll have when they start the seeds. I just have them by type of seed. And I also have my catalogs that I've been receiving in the mail. And so what I've done lately is I've gone through all of my seed inventory as well as these catalogs, and I made a list of what it is that I want to grow this year for 2024. Now this year, I'm primarily ordering flower seeds because I have quite a bit of inventory when it comes to vegetable seeds. So going with that, I have had a chance to go through my Baker Creek seed catalog as well as my Select Seeds catalog. And these are primarily the two sites that I'm going to be ordering from this year. But I'm also going to share with you a couple of other sites that I have ordered from in the past and have had a good experience with. So starting with the Baker Creek website, which is called rareseeds.com. And on the Rare Seeds website, you can see here that they have different categories, shop all, and you can shop by vegetable, herb, flower, plants, and so forth. Now, I already know that from Baker Creek, the only thing I'm ordering this year is going to be my Gomphrena. And I'm gonna go back to my Atomic Purple Gomphrena that I grew in the summer of 2022. And I'm gonna go ahead and order that. So you can see they have many different varieties of Gomphrena. Here is the one that I'm ordering, but they have Buddy Purple, which also looks like a darker purple, and this salmon. This one is already sold out, the Mandarin, a Globosa Mixed, and so forth. So I have added the Gomphrena Atomic Purple to my shopping cart. And I won't check out just yet, but this is the variety that I'm going to order from Baker Creek this year. So if you've been following my channel for a while and you enjoy the purple Gomphrena that I grew in 2022, I even have a spotlight video about it, then this would be the time to go ahead and order some of those Gomphrena seeds to grow this year. One tip I can give you about Gomphrena is that the seeds do like to be soaked in advance of planting them or sowing them. So you want to soak your seeds for 24 hours and then you would sow them. You can either sow them outside in the early spring once your last chance of frost has passed, or you can use the winter sowing method. If you use winter sowing, you do not have to soak them because the soil already stays pretty moist, which will help break down the shell on the seed. So that is my order this year for the Baker Creek. And the good thing about this site is that it doesn't matter if I order 1 pack or 5 packs. They offer free shipping. So whatever the price of the pack of seeds is, that's how much you're going to pay. So in this case, my total is going to be $3. There is likely tax on that, but there is no shipping cost. Okay, my next order that I'm going to make is going to be from Select Seeds. And I have ordered seeds from Select Seeds before. I've been really happy with them. I went through the catalog, and with Select Seeds, you can buy both plants and seeds. So I have already gone through and chosen the seeds that I'm going to order this year from Select Seeds. There is just one that is not yet available for order, and I'm going to show you what that is. So I may hold off on actually placing this order for 2 or 3 days to see if that particular seed that I'm waiting on comes back in stock. But here is my order for Select Seeds. I am going to try the Marigold Sugar and Spice. It is a white marigold, and I have tried a white marigold in the past. I've tried the Kilimanjaro White from Baker Creek, and I'm all out of those seeds, so I thought, let me try a different one. While I did like the Kilimanjaro White, I thought that they got really tall and kind of flopped over. They were also kind of skinny. The plant was only maybe 8 to 10 inches wide, where this one says that it gets, let's see, 2.5 high by too wide. So it seems like it would be a bushier plant. So for that reason, I'm going to try this variety of white marigold this year from Select Seeds. The other flower that I want to try is a feverfew. Now, the reason I want to try feverfew is because I want to use it as a filler with my dahlias and zinnias and play a little bit around with some floral arranging this coming season. I usually grow a lot of flowers and I haven't been great about arranging them in the past, and truth be told, I don't really like to cut flowers for my garden. I like to look at them in the garden and keep everything looking nice and full, but I'm going to grow feverfew as a filler. And a friend of mine, Heather at Heather Here She Grows, she did grow this variety last year and it was beautiful. So I'm going to give it a try this year in my garden. Now here is something that I have grown in the past and it's absolutely stunning. This is a foxglove and it is called Dalmatian Peach. And what's wonderful about this foxglove is two things. First, if you start the seeds early enough, they will bloom for you in year 1. And I actually did grow these before. They did grow for me and bloom in year 1. And typically with foxgloves, they are a biennial. Most varieties are biennial, which means they will, the first year that you grow them from seed, you will get just foliage. And then in year 2, you will get those beautiful spiky blooms. But this particular variety says that it is the hybrid foxglove with towers of swoon-worthy peachy blooms. And a huge plus is that it blooms first year from an early indoor sowing, unlike traditional varieties. So, while I am planning on using winter sowing for 99% of my seed growing, I am going to try to grow this Dalmatian Peach foxglove inside. I have a very small grow light. I have about 2 trays, and so I'm going to try just this one plant indoor to see if I can get an early enough sowing to have blooms this summer, sometime between June and July. So this is the variety of foxglove that I'm ordering. And I'm also going to order a type of Rudbeckia that I've never grown before. This is called Rudbeckia Sahara, and it is an annual type Rudbeckia, unlike the Goldstrom that we are familiar with, the yellow gold one that we grow in the summer, that are perennial. This one is an annual variety of Rudbeckia. And it has beautiful shades of color. It says here that it includes caramel, old rose, sienna, and yellow. And it has single and multi-petaled blooms. Now, I've seen photos of this grown in other people's gardens, and they are absolutely stunning. And I think that the colors will coordinate really well with some of the zinnias that I plan on growing, as well as with my dahlias. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this variety a try this year. And you get, let's see how many. For $4, you get 200 seeds. So that's another thing when you're looking at seeds, you kind of want to compare how many seeds you're getting for the price. And Bennery's Giant Zinnias. Now, Bennery's Giant Zinnias are a really beautiful, really large zinnia. And I've grown a couple of varieties in the past, but I've never grown the Salmon Rose. So this year, I am going to order the Salmon Rose. And I think that it's going to look absolutely beautiful with another variety of zinnia that I'm going to grow. And I still have some seeds from last year, which was the Queen Lime Orange. So I am ordering this variety this year. Now, the last seed that I want to order from Select Seeds, that is not in my list because they're currently out of stock. I'm going to go ahead and show you that, is a variety of nasturtium. And that one is right here. It is the Ladybird nasturtium. Look how beautiful this color is. It's almost like a mauve type purple color. It is stunning. So let me know in the comments if you've grown this variety of nasturtium before and if it looks like this, because sometimes the photos can differ from what the flower looks like when you actually grow it. But I'm really excited to try this variety. In fact, I wanted to try it last year and I wasn't able to get seeds. So this one here says that it is coming soon. I did already enter my email so that they can notify me once it's in stock. So like I said, I'm going to give it a couple more days before I actually place this Select Seeds order because I want to include this as part of my order if possible. So that would make it so that I'm ordering 6 seeds from selectseeds.com this year. And so currently I have these in my order and we'll see how it goes. But those are my selections. And next I'm going to move over to another site that I've ordered from in the past. and that is swallowtail garden seeds. Last year when I did a video showing you some seeds that I planned on growing with winter sowing, I had ordered quite a bit of perennial seeds from this website. The echinacea that I grew, the white swan echinacea, was actually from this website. And they have quite a few echinacea varieties available. Most notably are the purple and white varieties, but this is the one that I had grown from seed. It's beautiful. Now, a lot of times echinacea or perennials grown from seed don't necessarily bloom the first year, but will the second year, and that was the case with the white swan echinacea. So you need a little bit of patience when growing perennials from seed. I also ordered my lady's mantle from Swallowtail Seeds last year, and I had a beautiful germination rate. They did really well. I have nice plants. I've planted them out, wonderful foliage, and this year I should see them bloom. So I'll be sure to share that in a garden tour. But here is my order for Swallowtail garden seeds. So what I did was I went through and I had my list of seeds and I checked to see where could I get a majority of these seeds so that I could limit my paying of shipment to maybe 1 or 2 sites. And this particular site here had quite a bit of them, but I was able to compare a little bit between Select Seeds and Swallowtail Seeds, and I noticed that for some of the varieties that I ordered, you would get a few more seeds. So for example, now I don't know, I can't speak on the quality, I'm sure they're all great quality, but I'm just going based on price and quantity of seeds. So let's take a look at the Dalmatian foxgloves that I want to order. Here I'm getting approximately 36 seeds for $4.50. And let's compare this one. So 36 for $4.50, and here I'm getting 25 seeds for $4.99. So not a huge difference there, but something like the Rudbeckia. So let's take a look at that. So the Rudbeckia Sahara that I have in my cart at Swallowtail Seeds, I get 25 for $4.49, and here for $4, I'm getting 200 seeds. So there is quite a difference there. So for that reason, I've decided that I'm gonna order a majority of them from Select Seeds, but I am going to order a few seeds as well from Swallowtail Seeds. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and order, I'm gonna edit my cart down right now. And this is what I'm ordering from Swallowtail. 2 sunflowers and this beautiful zinnia that I ordered last year. So let's go through and take a look at those. So the Raspberry Ripple was a beautiful striped zinnia that I grew last year. I have this as a border in front of one of my front beds and it was absolutely stunning. It's a shorter stature type zinnia that has almost like a striping effect, which you can see here. It starts off a really bright or kind of a dark sort of fuchsia pink, and then as it ages it starts getting this striping effect before it fades to a really light pink. It's absolutely stunning and really interesting looking. And what makes this a great front of the border zinnia is that not only are the blooms only 2 to 2.5 inches in diameter, they also only stand 16 to 20 inches tall, so they are perfect for the front of a border. I did find them to be disease resistant. They never got powdery mildew on me, and we had a pretty wet season. So that is excellent. And also they were pretty deer and rabbit resistant. I did not find that they touched them at all. The other thing that I'd like to note about these is that I never had to deadhead them. I did go through once and clean them up, but that was it. The whole season they just kept producing and producing. And at one point I just kind of sat on the floor, cleaned them up a little, and that was it. One time the whole season. These were beautiful. So I'm going to order these again, and you get 25 seeds for $3.99. And then I decided to try 2 varieties of sunflowers, this Orange Hobbit and Gypsy Charmer. So let's take a look at those. Here it is. And the reason I chose this sunflower is because it is not too tall. The problem with sunflowers is that not only they are beautiful, but sometimes they will droop a little, or they'll start to, because of the height of the sunflower, they will require some staking. And I don't love to stake plants. So I try to look for varieties that are bushier and that aren't as tall, so that they will require less staking and effort on my part. So I came across this variety of orange hobbit dwarf sunflower seeds. It looks like they grow in a bushy habit, which is important because a lot of sunflower varieties will grow in a single form, which means, such as like the Pro Cut variety, you will get one sunflower that sprouts up. Once you cut it, that is it. It does not come and cut again. You get one sunflower from one seed, and that is it. So this bushy variety, you get a bushy plant, which will keep producing as you deadhead it. So I really like that. This one here grows 1 to 2 feet tall. It says that the main flower can grow about 8 inches across, which is pretty large. And then the side shoots produce many more 3 to 4 inch blooms. The flowering begins in early season, and the plants load themselves up with 12 pollen-free golden orange flowers with deep brown faces. So I thought that was really interesting. I'm going to give these a shot this year. So 25 seeds for $3.99. And the other sunflower that I'm going to try is the Gypsy one. Gypsy Charmer. Look at the colors on this one. That's strictly the reason I picked it, is because it looks really beautiful. I've grown a variety before called Strawberry Blonde. And the Strawberry Blonde had very similar colors, and I thought it was stunning. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a try. So the last variety so this one is also 20 seeds for $3.99. So the last variety of sunflower that I showed you was more of a traditional yellow sunflower, and then this one has more of an interesting striping effect. And the Zinnia Zahara Double Raspberry Ripple that I grew this year, I would like to buy more and grow them again next year. Now, I did collect some seeds, but the thing with collecting seeds is that depending how they're hybridized, you may not end up with a flower that is true to the seed that you collected. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and order a new pack to make sure that I get the same beautiful variety growing in my garden for 2024. Now, when it comes to vegetable seeds, I have used some sites before, such as MI Gardener. And they actually have a wonderful website for growing seeds, especially for selling seeds. I especially like vegetable seeds from them. Now, there's a variety of cherry chocolate tomato that is wonderful. It's a cherry tomato. It's called chocolate. Let me see if I can find it so I can share with you. This is it. I always confuse the name of it. The black cherry tomato. It's absolutely delicious. This is by far our favorite cherry tomato. Now, I bought this pack of seeds about 3 or 4 years ago, and I still have plenty of seeds because you're only growing 2 or 3 plants a year. So a pack of seeds lasts a really long time. So that is it for my orders this year. But I did want to show you a couple of the websites that I use pretty frequently for vegetables. It's MI Gardener and Baker Creek, which is rareseeds.com. For flowers, I mostly use Select Seeds. I've also used this one in the past, the Swallowtail Seeds, quite a bit. I also have ordered from Pine Tree Garden Seeds before. So I got on their mailing list and have their catalog. So there are quite a few sites online that you can order seeds from. So once my seeds come in, I am going to start sorting them and deciding which ones will be direct sown out in the garden and which ones I'm going to use winter sowing for. Typically things like sunflowers or even zinnias, I will direct sow quite a bit of them once the weather warms up in spring and all chance of frost has passed. But I really do like to winter sow, and quite a bit of the seeds that I am going to start are going to be using that method. And if you're not familiar with winter sowing, I do have a 5-minute quick start guide that I made a video on that I will link in the description of the video below. I am also going to try growing this variety of marigolds this year. This is a strawberry blonde marigold, and one of my viewers and subscribers, Mary, sent this to me. So thank you so much, Mary, for this pack of seeds. I can't wait to see what these look like this summer. And I also like to share one more thing with you, is that once I know which seeds I'm growing, I like to organize them and just put them in a small Ziploc bag. So once I go through my photo organizer and all of my seeds and I decide what I'm growing, I take them out of this case and I place them in a bag so I know that these are the ones I'm using for the current growing season. So that just about wraps it up. I will also place a link to one of these organizers in the description if you're interested. And I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button. and please consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future videos. And we'll see you soon.